A couple of weeks ago at church, as we worshipped on a Sunday morning, I had a slightly odd sensation in my left hip. And as I was worshipping, I wondered whether maybe it was a word of knowledge that was giving me. I wasn't entirely sure whether it was that or just a slightly funny twinge. So I shared it with the person who was hosting the meeting, and they let everyone know at the end that maybe there was a sense that someone had a problem with their left hip that God wanted to heal. As a result, I ended up praying for Sandy, who had pain in her left hip. She'd had it certainly for a few weeks, maybe for longer, I'm not quite sure. It was her left hip and her left leg. So we prayed together, and I prayed specifically for the hip, and I spoke to the hip as Julian Richards had been teaching us, and just commanded healing. And absolutely nothing happened. I asked Sandy to check out her leg and just see if there was any difference. And so we prayed again and she checked it out. Nothing happened. The pain was still there. So I asked if I could pray one more time. She said, once more. You can pray once more. So I prayed once again and nothing happened at all. But then 3 days later, it was Wednesday morning, I got a text from Sandy saying, actually, once she'd gone home, all the pain had gone, and 3 days later, there was still no pain in her left hip and left leg. I saw her a few weeks later and asked her again, and still there was no pain. So I was encouraged that what I wasn't quite sure was a word of knowledge or not, actually it was a word of knowledge, and that God had wanted to heal Sandy's leg. So somehow, in his grace, God used me to bring some healing to Sandy.